Good morning, YouTube. When should you change your antifreeze? When should you top your antifreeze? Most people actually don't have their antifreeze serviced until there's a cooling system malfunction or a problem. That would be my experience. And what type of antifreeze should you use? Well, if you can't flush a contaminated system out entirely, you definitely want to use something called all makes, all models. That's what we use on every vehicle, because it's very often that a vehicle is here for a coolant flush, or can we get every ounce of bit out of it? So why does your antifreeze turn colors? Well, it gets contaminated with other materials within the engine, the coolant system, the radiator, moisture. Some manufacturers say that it's lifetime antifreeze, it's 100,000 mile antifreeze. It's not. In a sealed bottle it is. And you think your cooling system's sealed, it's really not. It's majority of the time sealed, but as it gets older, the seals and gaskets decay. The internal castings, the block and cylinder head, radiator, water pump, all that decay and mix. And then it has another chemical reaction which creates, weird sludges in certain cooling systems. Like Chrysler has this red gooey honey that sits in the heater core. And then when you see it leak on some of these cars, on Toyotas, it actually calcifies on the outside when it's small leaks. And same thing with Dodges, so I'm not really sure what that is, but years and years and years ago, I talked to an antifreeze manufacturer, and this is when green was very popular, before deck school, and they recommended every 2 years. Then deck school came out, and then everyone was like, oh, don't change never change this, never do this, never do that. Never service your cooling system. Well, guess what? The silicone gaskets can't hold up to deck school over a long period of time, and they were eating up the gasket material. So every 2 years, it's not real expensive. Cooling system parts today are very expensive. Head gaskets, cylinder heads, engine blocks from corrosion. And it depends on what part of the world you're in, So definitely it's something that you want to check regularly, that's for sure. So we're going to open the hood on this Dodge or this Jeep. Can you open the hood on this? Yeah. So most vehicles today, have an expansion tank, and some people don't know where to do it. If you have your owner's manual, then you can follow your owner's manual. So that's washer fluid. And that's coolant, so that's an expansion tank. Some of these cars also have a radiator cap under some plastic for the radiator. So just by you filling your expansion tank or reservoir doesn't necessarily mean it's getting into your radiator. You need to look at this system when it's cold and be sure not to overfill that, because if it expands too much, it will crack and blow hoses off. So poke around, take a look at it. Don't be concerned if you have green, red, pink, blue. All makes, all models is sufficient for topping off, but you need to find out why you're topping your coolant off also. So if it's constantly empty, there's a leak somewhere. You may not smell it, you may not see it, but there is. And if it's overheating, then your coolant surge tank will be bubbling over, and the overflow hose may be having fluid come out of it, or the cap is vented with a little port on the side of the expansion tank dripping there also. But something you definitely want to check. I would say regularly, just like your oil. Thanks for watching.